When markets move, Stephen E. Orr takes the chair. From the White House to Wall Street, he's spent decades at the intersection of policy, markets, and real capital. And he's seen firsthand how institutions use data behind closed doors. Now, as founder of Quasar Markets, his mission is to pull those signals into the open so everyone can see what really moves the markets. This is Stephen E. Orr, Big Beat on Wall Street. Let's filter the future live.
Big Beat, how are you doing today, my friend? Welcome, Quasar Markets Live. We're here Thursday morning, the 4th of December. Markets are a little bit mixed so far, trying to digest, I guess, the employment numbers, Steve. You think that's what's got us stalling here?
Yeah, of course. Everybody's looking for those numbers that we haven't had for the last few months, and now they're coming in fast and furious. There is some interesting points in this. I think one of them, obviously, is the numbers from different parts and sectors of the United States. Philly's looking different than Chicago. Chicago's looking different than Vegas. And Texas and California are looking very good. So I think you're seeing bigger states doing better, smaller states doing worse. So this is an unequal K economy we've been talking about. It's pretty much here. So, yeah, interestingly enough.
Right. And as we said, the jobless claims come in at a 3-year low here. Looks like it's a no hire, no fire economy right now. Do you think this changes anything for next week, Steve, when it comes to the Fed?
Yeah, I think they're going to take it into consideration. But will it change the outcome? No, there's still going to be a rate cut. I mean, I don't think that's not changed. If there's not a rate cut, you're going to have there won't be a Fed. I think the president will be very upset. Yeah, I look. The problem is that this K economy has really got when you think about the markets in general, and you go, okay, how do I pick a stock? Okay, well, Apple had good sales. This company did not. This company had good guidance. This company, okay, unemployment numbers came in. So we're trying to take all this data in, right? And as we take this data in, the thing that the Fed keeps saying is, well, it's all about labor numbers. It's all about unemployment numbers. It's all about inflation. All right, well, those are two things. Well, we know inflation is still going up, and we know jobs are still getting cut, but yet employers aren't going out there and hiring. So there is this weird mix for the Fed to actually digest. And as Steve Flanagan and I've been talking about, they're having a hard time because they're using old data. They're using old models. They're using old numbers, and they don't know what to do. So all of a sudden, everything starts to become a little bit of a concern to them, and they don't know what to do. And whenever someone does not know what to do something, they usually just go back to their old ways of doing things, and they don't understand the next level. So I expect that.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve, we do have some early morning pumpers here. Meta up 5.62%. Not really, no earnings report or anything. They did, post some revenue numbers. Are you still in your Meta trade?
Yeah, I'm not. Unfortunately, Mark Zuckerberg this morning said that they're planning up to 30% cuts for the metaverse efforts. So they're cutting the metaverse out. They're not changing the metaverse, right? It's just how they do it. And I've said this for 3 years. The metaverse, as we understand it, won't be like all of us into a cartoon figure going into this screen. It's going to be how we see this, right? And they have moved into, and I'm looking at it now, Apple Glass. And Meta has moved into Ray-Bans and Face. I saw them over the weekend. I thought about using them for my own glasses, and I just said no. I don't think so. It's not caught up to this, what I need, right? One of them is, my AirPods handle me quite nicely for my international stuff. And I don't need to go the next level of glass. I don't need to be running around taking pictures and videos of everybody. So I'm not into that. So I'm okay with that.
Okay. It is up now, 6.17, moving to the upside. Markets are mixed so far. Qs are slated to open up about 22 basis points. The S&P up about 23 basis points. You look at the Mag 7, Apple the laggard right now. NVIDIA trying to regain that 181 spot and hold it here. What are you watching today, Steve?
Snowflake. NVIDIA on CNBC had a great article saying that NVIDIA has a problem. That problem is too much cash. And we've talked about that several times on the show. We know that these companies like Apple and NVIDIA and Meta, they have a ton of cash on the balance sheet. That's why they're able to spend it. And they know that. So when I look at that, and I saw Snowflake coming out with a big beat, pun intended, that their guidance was terrible. And that really got me. So I'm looking at Snowflake more than anything this morning. I am looking to buy Snowflake at some point here.
Okay, you like it on the
I'm not going to do it on the open. Yesterday we crushed Microsoft. Yesterday we crushed a few stocks on the open, right? Same situation. Let it play out first, folks. But Snowflake could be a buy down here at some point.
I love it. I love it. What position is CSPR? Are you still in your CRISPR?
I am, yeah. Now I've sold some of it because that's a nice run yesterday. It was up almost 9% at one point. I like that. I have sold some of it off. If you're not, like Einstein said on CNBC the other day, if you're not selling some of your stuff off, you're not really a trader, right? So take some of that profit if you're into it right now. Yesterday it's trading. We talked about it yesterday, right? Microsoft, that news source coming from information is not news. That's crap. And they're wrong, as I've said. We made it very clear that here normal institutionals do not use the information as news, right? So when Microsoft came out and said, "Hey, guess what? They're wrong," stock jumped, right? So that's what I mean by charts aren't everything. News isn't everything. It's understanding the back ends too, right? You don't just have to look at the news. And I love the news. I'm a news junkie. I don't just love charts. I definitely love charts. It's about everything. It's about having an understanding of an overall market. And how do I put all this together in one place? That's what we do here at Quasar Markets. But I want to make sure that people understand when you saw that you had opportunities. When people say there's no opportunity, that there's no alpha, there's everywhere. This thing's awesome. And I'll tell you something else I've liked about this market. If you messed up in buying something or selling something, stick around, hang out. You're gonna be okay, because the market's pulling back and going up and down so much that just hold on. It'll come back to where you want it. They're not getting out of bounds, and that's what I've said 2 weeks ago on Schwab. I said, look, this is a sideways market, and it's definitely happening now. So yeah, I like this.
Absolutely. Another one moving up nicely today is Dollar General rallied to a 4-month high early Thursday trading after the deep discount retailers' fiscal third quarter sales rose above expectation and full year outlook was raised amid signs it's making headways against its rival. You buyer a Dollar General here, or you fading it, Steve?
I'm not a buyer of Dollar General, but it portends to tell you exactly what the economy is. Dollar General doesn't do well in bad economies, right? So in good economies. So this thing is telling you exactly what the economy is, and the Fed needs to take note of this.
Yeah, you can't argue with that at all there. On that, Five Below up about 2.05% here this morning in sympathy of it. And Steve, it looks like we're going back to space. ASTS up nicely about 2% today. Rocket Labs 1.97 to the upside. Not really any news-based. Fly up another 1.13% here, Steve. Trading now at 1884 today.
The future is rockets in space. I mean, I don't know how to tell you. We've talked about that. I mean, robots in space, and we've been there the whole long way. So, yeah, of course. I mean, this is nothing new. We've talked about Fly. We've talked about ASTS. We've talked about just about every stock out there when it comes to robots. Robots are the future, right? So, I mean, it's still nothing's changed there.
Yeah. As we're getting ready here, about 15 minutes from the open, we see 9 of the 11 sectors of the S&P are positive so far. The 2 laggards right now are materials and consumer staples. Leading the way right now is communications up 93 basis points.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, communications we're going to need in the future, and we're going to need RTC and things of that nature. So, yeah, totally, right? I mean, we are in that process now. Now, listen, I don't have a single stock on that I'm long on or short on. Not one. Now, sorry, I should say that CRISPR, yes. Right. But in my trading accounts, I don't have any. I'm not trading anything right now. Literally, I've literally have nothing in my trading accounts. Now, obviously, the brokerage accounts, the long term and stuff, that never changes. And I always add to that. I never take away from that. But you just said it yourself, right? That materials were, and that was my biggest mutual fund is materials, and that just got overtaken by my Invesco Value Opportunity Funds last night. Which is now up since buying it, now up 6%. And I'm also but you know what I'm up the most on in Howard, we did this 4 months ago on the show, was in international.
Yep.
International funds are up. So my LATAM fund is up 28%. My international value fund from Nuveen is up 32%. My China fund now is up 7%. Right? Why? Because we took advantage of the sell-off, right? We took advantage of those things. And that's what I do. I take advantage of that. So, and guess what I'm taking advantage of now, Howard? I'm taking advantage of real estate funds. So I think real estate funds have been beaten up long enough. And I'm hearing from a lot of my real estate friends, and I don't mean single family homes. I'm talking about big level real estate, right? Big buildings, mixed retail. Buildings, they're going to do very well, and they're going to do very well in what? California and Texas. And I've been asked 100 times, where? Okay, well, there you go. So we know, because the same reasons technology is moving into Texas. We know that, quite frankly, is huge, because why? Land, people, energy, all the things we've been talking about. So yeah, I like this. Snowflake pushing a little bit here.
Awesome. For the REITs, any names in particular you like? I know in the past you've liked, Simon, Tangier, a few others.
There are a few stocks that I do like in the REIT sector. If I'm looking at REITs in general, and not just for institutional and big buildings, I'm also thinking about it from warehouses, data warehouses. I'm also thinking about it from the perspective of oil and gas, energy. Where are those buildings? Because they need buildings too, right? You don't just have these machines up pumping out. They got to have buildings for the employees and office space out in the middle of nowhere. They're going to have to build that, and so. Also, the builders are going to be very big too. One of the things that I do like, and I'll tell you, there's a stock that I do like. It's PSEC. That's Prospect Capital Corporation. Now, I don't tell anybody to buy or sell anything. Okay, so I just need to be careful here that when I tell people that. But they are a business development company, a BDC, Prospect Capital, PSEC. They are middle market. They are cheap. And they pay a 20% dividend. And they pay monthly. So I am looking at Prospect Capital. I am concerned that the 52-week high is 457. But the 52-week low is 252. So now. So be careful out there. But if you're looking at something that we don't tell anybody what to buy or sell, we just don't do that. But they do try to generate a long-term capital, and they have been doing it for a very long time. And they beat on their earnings the last time, and they missed the revenue. So they are paying a nice dividend right now. Another one you could look at is Pennant Park. It's PFLT. And they pay a 13% dividend yield, and I do like Pennant Park, and Horizon Tech. That's you can also look at that one too. HRZN. If you're nervous, ticker O. And that is one that.
Well, there you go. BigBeat with 3 different ones you could take a look at, all different price ranges, down to the $2 level. I love it. Yeah. Steve Gold's holding 4,200 here. Silver has pulled back about 1.5 points over the last 24 hours to 57.62.
Hold on a second, Howard. Netflix is in the lead for the bidding war for Warner Brothers. We're hearing that now from CNBC putting out. Netflix is in the lead for the bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery right now.
got the stock moving to the downside, not the upside on that
Correct.
news.
That would hit Netflix pretty hard here.
Netflix down about another 1.12% here this morning in the pre-market.
WBD would be the ticker there for those of you who are looking at that.
Steve, Carrier Global down about 3.33 this morning on news that the CEO, not really any news, quite honestly, that I see that's making that down. You like the dip here on Carrier?
Nope, I don't. I just don't think, who needs an air conditioner right now?
Not in Chicago. We don't need an air conditioner, that's for sure.
I mean, I have been talking about this now for 2 solid months that I expected this to be the worst winter in decades. And here it is, right? So, and it's really bad. The polar vortex is really bad this year.
NVIDIA is up about 80 basis points, but the rest of the semis are getting hit pretty hard here today. ASML down 1.59%, Micron down 1.52%. The others all down about a half a percentage point so far. Financials, JP Morgan down slightly, but financials are pretty flat on the day. And Steve, 2 of yours, the Japanese names, MUFG and SMFG up nicely, keeping within that realm of that. DXY really down low, Steve, back below 99 here at 98.79. You think Mr. Flanagan's expected that?
He did. He said this is just a pullback a little bit. So, yeah, he did say that was going to happen. Wow, look at that. Netflix has bid for Warner Brothers 85% cash. Wow.
Wow.
Holy
VIX
moly.
down at 1596, so down that area here, you might want to take the look to buy some forward protection there, as we tell you here on Quasar often. WTI back at 58.90, still can't get above that 60 handle, Steve.
And it won't. I think oil is in trouble, right?
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. Rolls-Royce now says that they have a new framework agreement securing production for capacity for MTU series 4,000 emergency power generators for 5 years, according to their website right now. Rolls-Royce. It's an Italian stock, as we all know. Yeah. Right, and you can also see it from the screen's much bigger today for some reason. Yeah. There we go. Put it out there for everybody to see. Howard here, looking at oil. I mean, it's just one thing I've heard a lot of is Russian oil is flowing quite nicely. They just can't get the price that they need in order to make that happen, right? So, right, yeah.
Steve, we haven't talked yet. Kevin Hassett looks like he's going to be the appointment for the Fed chair. What is your feelings on that?
Neither here nor there. I've said this a million times that I think the president should get the people that he wants, and he's getting that because he won the election, right? Elections matter, folks. I mean, when you win elections, it's not about just who the pretty person is behind the desk, right? It's also the person who literally appoints the other people that go in these different positions. And are they appointing people that are quality? So we have to give him what he's asked for. So is Kevin Hassett the person that I'd pick? Probably not. There's 360 million Americans, and this is the one person you're going to pick. Okay.
You don't have to retread one of the same 7.
Correct. Right.
We are about 7 minutes from the open. Go ahead, Steve.
I do like this Netflix situation here. I mean, Netflix under 100 is always a buy. I do like that. And look, the fact that Netflix can pay for Warner Brothers with cash should tell you everything about Netflix. I do like this Netflix move here. I might pick up some Netflix too.
Yeah, down about almost 6% here over the last 24 hours. So Definitely looks like it's buying opportunity right off the bottom of that linear regression on the daily.
Yeah, and of course I'm watching, as everybody here knows, I am watching snow. And I'm watching Netflix. And I'm not doing anything to either one. So everybody just be careful out there. I'm not done anything yet. So just be careful.
Steve's waiting for the open here to make his play today. We do see Qs have pulled back a little bit here in the last 15, 20 minutes, only up 16 basis points, SPY up 19 basis points. Same type of action from both, moving to the downside here slightly. We do see Bitcoin and Ethereum pulling back a little bit after the big moves up yesterday, but that's not too surprising.
We're going to push to 100?
Not right now, no.
Tick still down 56 here, so we still have quite a bit here.
Advanced decline.
Yeah.
Fairly muted here at 442. Do you see Salesforce up about 2% today after having a positive day yesterday following their earnings report? So you see about a 3.2% move to the upside over the last 24 hours there also. Dollar Tree getting a little love for the Dollar General having a good earnings report. They're up about 1.48. They will list their earnings. Actually, their earnings were yesterday also. We do see Netflix and Apple in the red. The rest of the mag is in the green so far, led by Meta up 5.61% so far today.
Oh, this is an interesting day here.
Definitely looks like it will be.
Palantir, pretty quiet too. We haven't heard much Palantir lately either.
Okay, we are about 3 minutes from the open, Steve. I am going to have to step away here and give control over to you.
All right. Well, we're going to keep our eye, I think, on a few stocks here this morning. All right. And I am being very, very quiet here. I will share my screen here. There we go. I will try to bring it. There we go. If you guys can see all that out there. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger for everybody. I am keeping my eye. You can see here on Netflix, this chart here, Netflix is concerning to me. I like the bottomless linear regression. You can see I've got on the 10-second chart, 1 minute chart, but I want to pull up a 1 hour chart and show you that we are now out of that screen. So I do like this push here to the bottom. So I'm being very careful here, but I do like Netflix here on this. All right, and let's pull it up so make it even better for everybody so you can see everybody. There we go. Microsoft, if you listened to me yesterday, you won pretty big yesterday on Microsoft because that was obviously nuts. There we go, Snowflake. So I'm keeping my eye here on Snowflake this morning now only down 7.68%. So I've got this on a 10-second chart. It's a very quick chart. I could go all the way down to 1 second, but I don't think I need to. So let's keep our eye very tight on this as we've got about 1 minute now to the open here. $243.48 now. I am looking at possibly Netflix purchase down here, as I've talked about, right? 103.50 now. I'm going to let it shake out just a little bit. Still got a few minutes here, a few seconds here before we go. And we are open. There's the shakeout I think we're going to see. And yeah, still more shakeout, still to the downside. Not quite all the way. That's not a heavy volume long candle there. So I'm not really seeing the heavy candle there that I expect to see. 102.90. Okay, I'm now long on Netflix here. I think this is good here. I think this could be the bottom here. Let's see if I'm right here. Let's see what my buy-in is at here. But I do like this. I think that the Warner Brothers for cash isn't going to hurt the bottom line of Netflix if that's 85% of its cash, right? That's not hurting your shares. So, I like that. That means that Netflix is easily adding stuff to them without having to hurt their bottom line. All right, so I'm going to stay long here on Netflix. I think the selling now is a little overdone, overcooked here. So I don't see anything going on here. I think some of the smarter moves will be to picking it up and going along with it. Yeah, here we go. There we go, folks. Sometimes it's just too easy. There we go. Yeah, I don't think that this Netflix. I think the selling here is a little overcooked, and I think you're starting to see some of the retail trying to take advantage of that, not really understanding how deals are done, and this is definitely not how it's done. So I am going to take advantage, as you'll probably see institutions taking advantage of this as well. And I will keep my eye here on it. And of course, Snowflake here. Snowflake now. Okay, the bounce happened in Snowflake. Looks like we got down to 238. Looks like Snowflake's also chilling out too down there as well. So, yeah. Could also be a run here too, as it's now down almost 9%. That's a little overcooked as well. Netflix trying again. There's your Netflix pop there, folks, if you were watching me here. And I do like this. Hopefully you're paying attention. And yeah, I think we're okay here on this. Keeping our eye here as well. Bitcoin's still sloppy a little bit, but it's gonna make another run up there to the upside. Mark Benioff will be on Mad Money tonight, so keep your eye on CRM. See right here, we're starting to hold up at the 103 handle here. Keep our eye here on snow as well. Snow is slipping a little bit more now. Still haven't made a move on snow just yet. But it is basing down here. You can see we're also starting to flag a bit here now on the early trades. So $103 seems to be the handle that everybody wants to be at, huh? Could see a little bit of a pop to the upside here. So some selling going on. Breaking out of that just a little bit. I think they're wrong though. This is normal. Could be some algos that are being, yeah, we're starting to see buying opportunities now pushing up a little bit. So I think the selling is still, yeah, there we go. Let's try it again. Give me that 1 minute chart. Yeah. 103 is still holding there. $103 is where it was. All right, massive pop to the upside for somehow. Again, pushing there. Someone's trying to figure out that bottom there. They can't do it. So now we got to move it out just a little bit. So there's where your numbers are. All right, if you have a stock out there that you're interested in, let me know. I am keeping my eye here. Snowflake now pushing up. I had a feeling that was going to happen too as well. Nothing happening yet. Netflix trying again, but just can't seem to go the downside. That means if they can't push to the downside, they're going to push it up. And you see where they've tried it twice, and you can see where my lines were. I mean, they went right to the line, right when it popped up there. On the transport space, I mean, I love transport space, James. I think James is asking about that. No, I don't think so. Those of it, we've been talking about it forever, ASTS, but as you know, my favorite one is Fly right now. So I like Fly, I still have, and we've been buying it. If you've been watching the show, Howard's a happy camper. You know, we buy every dip on Fly. So yeah. Bitcoin 92,005 here. It's holding steady. Silver 57.35. Those of you know, and again, I'll reiterate, I sold all of my silver this week, early part of this week at 85. So, at 54. So I am out of 58. So I'm out of silver, folks. Let's see if Netflix can make this run now to the upside. We'll see if it's going to do it. Still can't seem to do it. And, you know, we're flagging, right? I mean, we're not doing anything special here. It's holding. It's only down 1%. I mean, it's nothing, right? So you really need to see the Qs here, see what the Qs are doing, which are doing the exact same thing, right? They're not doing much of anything. It's a quiet market this morning. Silver's getting spanked again this morning here. Could go below the 57 handle pretty soon here, I think. If it does that, then we'll go back to 54 pretty quick. There's nothing really going on today. Meaning more, JB Hunt, okay, and trucking. Oh, I agree. I mean, people are using Amazon more than ever, right? So yes, I totally agree with that. Yes, I do like JB Hunt. Yeah, we can look at JB Hunt for you. I do like JB Hunt a lot. A Jacksonville company, right? So, and Landstar. I like Landstar too, by the way. But if you look at it from a weekly perspective, are we getting out of it? I think we're also starting to, I'll show you. Right? So are we there? I don't know. A little bit of selling here in Netflix here now. Let's get back to it. It broke out a little bit. Yeah, you're welcome, James. Yeah, Landstar is one of my favorite ones. Snow is still slipping here. I do like snow here actually. I'm gonna buy some snow here, folks. Let it slip just a little bit more here. There we go. I like that slip there. Like that slip. And I am now long Snowflake now. And I'm long at 239.48. Fairly heavy. And we look at this. Look at this, baby. Be ready. We could take some quick profit here. Look at this. We could take some quick profit here. Snowflake now at 3.71 million shares volume, and average volume there's 4.23 million. So we're almost the average volume in less than 15 minutes of the day. So And there you go, 239.80. It's moving. I mean, obviously there's a lot of traffic here. There you go. Another pop there could pop up there for me. Almost. Oh, some sellers trying to take advantage here. Let them have it. Let them have it. And I ain't scared. In fact, I will probably. I don't know if I can get in fast enough or not. I have to buy a little bit more here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to buy a little bit more here. Double down. Nice. Okay. Netflix still not getting out of the handle there. Still pretty much where it's at. It's kind of quiet trading today. I mean, Bitcoin hasn't even moved. Look at this. Right. Oh, look at that. We talked about that. Silver now under 57. Had a feeling that was going to happen. Oracle's earnings next week. You think it'll bounce up? That is a great question. We'll look at Oracle here. As everybody here knows, I've not been a fan of Oracle over the last few months, and it looks like I've been not wrong, but not right either. It's still kind of here. I don't know. Oracle's old school, and can Oracle keep up? And I think the answer is yes, because they have all of the things that they need in order to keep up. But I still think the question mark is what they're generally what they're thinking in the future, right? And so right now, I'm not seeing that, Felix. I'm not really seeing that Oracle is the future of hardware, right? But let's see. I mean, they're making those deals with OpenAI. They're making those deals out there. So I think, yeah, they could. Netflix still holding here. Still can't get out of that range. I think they will, though. Snowflake still selling a little bit here, but I have doubled down. There we go. There we go. Could really make a nice little move here to the upside here. Start to see that in the MACD here. There we go. Yeah, I thought the selling was overcooked there. You can see these lines are pretty much telling you where they're at. Pull up a 1 hour chart. Yeah, the selling was overcooked here. Yeah. Guess I'm using the word overcooked a little bit too much today, right? But Yeah. 3-minute chart. Wall Street loves them, right? Movement's pretty fast, though. Qs are slipping slightly here. Should turn around, though. That's what I mean. Like, if there's something in this market you just don't like, you just wait 2 minutes and you'll be right. It'll be right back up, right? I like that. Nvidia now up 1.6% here. Tesla's still pushing to the upside. Tesla's getting crazier and crazier here. And we've laid those lines out over the last few weeks for you. Netflix dropping here a little bit. Yeah, I think the selling on Netflix is silly. All right. Anything else you may want to talk about? I love this. Bring it on. Yeah, Nvidia. Getting back to my lines. There you go. Silver still dropping here. Silver could drop below this 56.70 handle. And when it does that, we've got some air right here all the way back to 54. That's the other one that I you know, as everybody here knows, I got out of it. Another one that we've been talking about lately, and Peter Thomas and I have been talking about, is copper, Dr. Copper, as we call it in Wall Street. Copper's got a little outrageous here. We can see in the past where sell signals have been in 24 and 2025. Copper obviously ran back in August, but I don't like copper up here. Natty gas. We can look at nat gas futures here also. I have been calling for very cold winter. I think everybody here knows that one with me. And in calling that cold winter means nat gas prices should go up, and it did. When it was around 250, I thought it was too cheap for the winter time, and now we're at almost $5. So I don't like nat gas at 5. I think it's a little too high for me, to be honest with you. And the United States is the largest producer of natural gas. So yeah, there we go. You can see it now. Silver dropping now. Silver dropping even more here. When I said if we can get below this handle here, we'll probably go even further. Bitcoin dropping as well. If you're keeping up with me on snow, look at that. I had a feeling that was the end of it. We can see it right here on this 1 minute chart here, the turnaround. Now let's see if we can get back up there and pump it up a little bit. So I think the selling is done, and we're getting closer into the 10 o'clock hour, where I think the first moves of the day are just about done. And usually the wrong moves. There you go, 238.59. I had a feeling I was going to pop back up there. Pull up a 3 minute chart, which we'd like. Is it curved yet? Not yet. The 1 minute is trying to pull that 3 minute up, so we'll see here in a second. Kramer's talking about Micron right now, so keep your eye on MU. There's the snowflake move we're looking for. We can see just a little bit more of a move to the upside. I think could really move to the upside, and I think I'll put somewhere around here. Yeah. Netflix back to 103 again. That's what I'm saying. If you don't like the price, just wait a few minutes and the price will get to whatever you want. You're on the upside or downside. Once you let the algos play its game and do its thing, then you can pretty much be part of the world here. The trading world, we're seeing it. 92,000 now in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's struggling at 92, by the way. 94 is tough on Bitcoin for some reason. A lot of those big sell wall up there. And another run to the upside here. 238, 239. By the way, Netflix just popped to the upside there. So if you were paying attention with me on yeah. All right, I'm taking profit on my Netflix here. Congrats to those of you who paid attention to me and listened. You didn't get screwed in that deal. And Snowflake 238.60 still slipping a little bit, trying to get up there again, but not really seeing much there. Could see a move the upside here on Snowflake, as some of these sellers are really pulling out of here. 3-minute chart, and they're almost there turning the curve. So I think what turns that curve, it'll do the same thing Netflix did just a few seconds ago. Yeah, look at there, folks. Look at that. Look at that move. Look at that move. And if you follow me in there, I think we're going to take some profit here too. I like that double down. We worked this very nicely this morning. So congrats for those of you who are paying attention. We did it again. So nice move this morning. All right. Wow. I like winning. How about you guys? NVIDIA still pushing up. Snowflake still trying up there. 239 seemed to be tough there, but took the profit there as well. And you can see Netflix, I also took that profit as on that pop there too as well. So well done. Snowflake could push on up though, actually. It's been beaten up the most, down 10% today. It could actually get back up there. Yeah, Steve Flanagan. Good morning, Steve. Thank you, man. We've been okay this morning. 2 for 2 already. Thank you, man. And we're still watching silver prices here now. Now that we've hit my numbers again, we need to break 56.63. If we do that, we really go on down now. After that, we could get down to under. Gosh, you can go to, like I said earlier this morning, 54 probably in a heartbeat. Right around 54.40. So this could really, because this is almost all air right in here. That bias was from the other day. And if they really get into this and really want to sell it, they probably could. Let's see if they do what I'm thinking here. Yeah, I think they really want to sell it off. They are definitely trying. There are some profit takers in their shorts here a little bit, but I don't think enough. Yeah, I don't think there's enough here. Snowflake trying again, see if it can bounce up there again. I am out of my Snowflake, so those of you who are asking, I'm not in Snowflake. I know. Yeah, there it is. Silver trying again the downside. There it is. People are just dumping right now at this point. Yeah, Tesla, when we talked about just about a couple minutes ago, I had a feeling that was the case, that we was selling there. So, all right, it's 10 o'clock. We did 2 for 2 again. Win again. That's what I'm talking about. It's not based on just charts. It's also based on the news. It's based on thought processing, based on institutional knowledge. This is not just based on what do my charts say. Because listen, if you're pearl clutching your charts, as I always say, then you're not doing it right. All right, folks, I hope you had a good day. The numbers are good. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.